USCIS is looking more closely than ever at approval when filed. So if you have any legal deficiencies, and not just an evidentiary gap, if you have a legal deficiency, they'll go straight to denial. And that wasn't always the case. And one thing that, as we're coming up to the grandfathering date, that I think is important, previously the program has lapsed. The regional center lapsed in 2021. When that happened, right before that deadline, USCIS had explained they were going to put cases on hold. So at the last minute, people were just putting in what they call skeletal filings, which means had very little information. They figured they'll get an RFE when the time comes and they'll be able to fill in all the gaps. That's
Right.
simply not the case anymore. And USCIS has already signaled that skeletal filings will be denied. So as we're coming up to the grandfathering date now, they need a fully completed source of funds and package in order to submit. They're not going to get away with just like a little bit of documentation. Like they will consider those legal deficiencies because you haven't mapped portions of that filing out, and they'll deny it.
It seems like the important, point that you're making there is approvability on filing. Expect to file a petition that must be fully viewed as approvable with all this scrutiny at the time that it's filed, not planning for RFEs later on or being able to provide more documentation later on. Assume that if it's not perfectly approvable on filing, that you may well get a denial.
Absolutely, yeah. And USCIS has made that clear that that's their stance.